isn't in yet, but they are truly starting to fight as they've opened up this game with a 3-0 record. 4-12 on the season overall, 1-1 in conference. Coach Ty Grace is making the adjustments. As is Walker putting the ball on the ground and moving it around the perimeter. We know that a lot of this team depends on if they can make shots, and Amani, they've started off 2 for 2.
100%. I mean, we look at this team, they're known for being sharpshooters beyond the arc. I'm excited to see how this team can continue to knock it down from 3.
6-0 is the start. Of course, these are the two teams that met in the MEAC championship game last year. Norfolk State able to win that one and move forward. Bison, 4-12 on the season. Like I said, winners of the last one and beginning to put the biscuit in the proverbial basket. This is a team that had to relearn how to play. After preseason player of the year, Destiny Howell went down with an ACL injury. Down the court, that's Fields looking for contact, unable to get the call, and back come the Bison.
I'm looking for the Bison to, look at Tyana Walker as that sharpshooter, get her off the screen, see how they can get her open.
Walker currently in the corner. There's Kaya Creek from St. Pleasant, Maryland, getting it back over to Harris. Norfolk State playing what is close to a zone out there, and that's going to lead to a travel on Walker. Set to check in is Marissa Steele. Clark gets it down low, up and off the glass. A beautiful showing up offense by Kiara Wheeler.
Kiara Wheeler, I'm expecting her to come into this game. She leads me off in scoring and rebounding. Pretty much just mouse in the house type of play down there on the block. So I'm expecting to see how she can do here today.
Gets the Spartans' first bucket, as you see right there, being more aggressive with her offense, and Kanaya Harris puts it in. Kanaya Fields running the point for the Spartans, moving the ball around the gymnasium. She's joined in the starting lineup by Sky Robinson, Diamond Johnson, who was spoken about, and of course Kiara Wheeler. A nice another dump down, and Wheeler puts it in again.
Like I said before, Chad, that block play by Kiara Wheeler is going to be critical for this Norfolk team to get started here today.
One adjustment to the starting lineup today, we see that Tyana Warren is not currently on the court. She is on the bench. At the end of the bench, still in a sweatshirt, so we'll see whether she goes today at all. That's been taken away. Here comes Fields. Swinging it over on the Spartans, 3-ball up, and it's good. Just like that, a quick 7-2 run, and Norfolk State right back in the ballgame.
No, Tyana Warren, she's a big piece for this team, big carry this team, with their playmaking the last 3 games, averaging close to 20 points in those last 3 games. We'll see if they can make it without her. Hopefully she can get in, we'll see.
If they are to make it, it's going to be a huge game from Walker, as we've seen her come out and knock down 2 3-pointers. We know that Walker can be a bit of a streaky shooter. When she gets going, she can hit the bottom of the bucket.
100%. I like to call her a sharpshooter out here, Chad.
Norfolk State moving the ball around the perimeter, looking to attack that man-to-man defense. Got an open shooter. Fields it is. Fields off the mark. Now Miller battling. This was last touch by the Spartans. And that's going to bring us to our first media timeout with your Howard Bison leading the Norfolk State. This one's going to be
from the Spartans. Kiara Wheeler should be a great.
This 7, we are here at the Bird Gymnasium. As a proud partner of the MEAC, choose the Home Depot for your next home project. From home deliveries on your schedule to truck and tool rentals, the Home Depot has you covered. The Home Depot, how do it or done. Cricket Wireless is joined, whether it's on the playing field or off, in the classroom or in the community, we've got you covered. Cricket has been proud to support HBCU programs since 2018. And hey, MEAC fans, your favorite conference now has an alumni association catered just for you. Learn more about the MEAC Nation Association. Chad Ricardo with Amani Clark Bay here today on your call. Amani 13-7, the Bison lead this one. And if you're a Howard fan, you could not have asked for a better start to the game.
100%. I mean, they're coming off a great win against South Carolina State, 70-46. Tyana Walker led with that career-high 18 points. Like I said before from the beginning, if they can get Walker going with the threes, getting her off the screens, and pretty much blocking out key player from the Spartans, Kiara Wheeler, should be a great game for the Bison.
Just as a bit of update, although we don't have an official word yet, we were able to check out Ayanna Warren during that timeout. She appears to be more so of a coach on the court tonight than she is anticipating to get in the ball game, as there's a three up by Gibbs, off the mark but rebounded by Now Miller.
Yeah, Chad, hopefully they can get it done without her today.
It's a huge game, a huge opportunity. It's going to be over and back, a backcourt violation. Got to keep the turnovers down if they're going to do that. Need every shot attempt possible. 100%. Larry Vickers, the head coach of the Spartans. Coach Ty Grace leads the Bison, and two competitors that are very familiar with this matchup as the Verb begins to heat up, as does Wheeler with her third bucket.
I mean, Chad, she's shooting 53% from the field this year, and like I said, she's going to be a problem if the Bison can't get a hold on her today.
13-9 now the scores. We are set to head under 4 minutes to play here in the first. Kanaya Harris calling out plays, and Kanaya Harris, no stranger to starting at the point guard, as when Ayanna Warren went down last year, she took over those responsibilities. Marissa Steele driving hard to the rack. Good defense by Wheeler. Back off the rebound, and this one going to be fouled, and Steele will head to the free throw line.
I love how Steele, maintained, stayed with the ball, got a second chance effort. Now she's at the free throw line. Got a potential to knock down the
Petition for the Bison, Vanessa Blake, replacing Now Miller. At the line for the Bison, Marissa Steele, shoot 2.
Funny they call it an upset because it's the
Those rivalry games can go either way, right?
Right. Doesn't matter.
Marissa Steele adds another point to the docket. We are 14-9 with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the first. Three ball up, and three ball is good. Amani, you talked about it. There she goes.
There she is. North Carolina State transfer, and I said you got to keep an eye on her today because she is a person to watch here today.
14-12 now your score. As the Spartans continue to chip away at that lead, Kanaya Harris, as she's been more aggressive, looking for her offensive game, and it's paying off. 16-12 now, as that's Kanaya Harris's second bucket on the day. See the defensive intensity by the Bison. It's going to be a travel call, much to the dismay of Nia Fields, as she couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they call her travel there, but I'm really paying attention to how they're knocking down that blue ball so effortless. Something I feel like really taking notice of her.
Ty Grace helping prepare her student athletes for this press that the Spartans are looking to put on. She's coaching like this is a big game, and it is. Nice job of beating that press, and Coach Ty Grace coaches, and Marissa Steele rewards. 18-12 now, the Bison with the lead as Walker set to check back in. quickly to the hole. Good defense by Vanessa Blake, but you cannot stop Janae Richardson. You can only hope to contain.
Freshman guard coming in averaging 7.7 points per game.
Wheeler doing a little bit of everything. Running the break, drops it off to Kanaya Harris on the good defense. Bison with a 4-point advantage. 2.15 remaining in the first. There's a 3-ball by Kaya Creakin. Money in the bank. It's 21 to 14.
What I like to say, Chad, is you can do it, I can do it better.
My goodness gracious, the Bison, despite the snow outside, have come out on fire. Spartans moving the ball around the perimeter. We'll have to check with the records to see what is the most minutes in a quarter. That's, my gosh, one step Dirk Nowitzki jumped
Right in the middle of the lane, you got to keep an eye on it, Chad. We're saying it from the beginning.
Stein Johnson able to get this back down to a 5-point advantage, 21 to 16, 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here in the first. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Harris, pick and roll action high, gives it back over to Kaya Creakin. That's a hot hand down to Marissa Steele. Look at this offensive fortitude by the Bison. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Blake sharing the ball, going to the rack, and Vanessa Blake draws the foul. Good ball movement by the Bison.
100%. Vanessa Blake, you haven't heard her name as much yet. She's coming in 7.1 points per game on the year, 5.3 rebounds on the year. I'm excited to see what she can do against the rivals. Spartans to see how she can make an impact in today's game.
As Kaya Creek checking out of the game, as is Creek is knocked down a couple of shots, looking like she's feeling like she could have a big game. You see the freshman Salah Hemingway for the first time. University, your Bison defending the berth against number 1 currently in the MEAC, the Norfolk State Spartans. Johnson off the mark that time. They'll head out of bounds. Ball goes to the Bison. Under 1 minute remaining here in the first, and again, what has to this point been everything that Coach Ty Grayson always at Howard Hayes could have asked.
Couldn't really picture a better beginning of the game, and then they came out ready, came out hot. They got all the survivors we were talking about already.
And 3-second violation against HB, shooting 73% from the field here in the first. They know that that will cool off at some point, but just to get off to this start has been beneficial against them. It might be a fun come off of that pick. Right around, back down to Wheeler. Wheeler at the high point. Top performer with anyone in the game.
Marissa Steele, her first team second.
Second foul, the first one is Marissa Steele.
Number 30,
State is
Janae Richardson.
Graduate student who transferred from Norfolk State. Get a good possession. Come off that high pick and thought about it. Gonna get it back.
This is Spartans basketball.
Lackadaisical turnovers, small things like this could be hurting the team later on in the game.
20 seconds remaining in the quarter. The shot clock is off. Bison have an opportunity to hold for the final shot and potentially put a nice cherry on the top of an outstanding first quarter. That's going to be a foul call for Johnson.
Number 3, Tyana Johnson. First second.
They got it with non-law. Walker will inbound this one from the baseline and field two check back in for Johnson. Johnson, team player, has 2 fouls already, so she may be sitting for a while. Get this one into Harris. 7 seconds on the clock. Back to Walker. Walker, step back 3. That one will fall short, so now the Spartans will have 1 more chance. 2.6 seconds remaining. They'll pick up his fields with the heave. Would have been good if it gone, but it did not go, and that will bring us to the close of our first quarter Howard Bison defending the Bird, leading the Spartans by a score of 22-16 after one. Good times become great memories with Jostens. Our partner of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, Jostens, celebrating moments that matter. AT&T Green and Black is committed to supporting HBCUs. That's why AT&T is a proud sponsor of Howard Athletics. Visit attdreamblack.com to learn more about how AT&T celebrates culture and creators appreciation. Hey MEAC family, the 2024 MEAC basketball tournament tickets are on sale now. Join us March 13th through 16th at the Scope Arena in Norfolk. Don't wait. Purchase you and your family's tickets today at MEACbooks.com or visit your institution's ticket office. Bison defending the Bird in all white, and if you love this, stick around because after this one we've got the same two teams on the boys side, so it's going to be a big time matchup as well. Rebounded by Kaya Creek, he's on a little bit of everything. Coming down the court now, facilitating the offense. Creek. Walker trying to get it down to Steele. Steele kicks out to Creek, and they're going to call it 3 seconds. Versus Steele is beside himself. Steele has outstanding energy today. She's known for that. She always comes out and plays outstanding defense, sets picks, and runs the floor. Today, though, looking for an offensive game a little bit more, as well as the different Bison student athletes are stepping up with Tyana seemingly out of the line. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Fields looking to go to work. Shoots it over Walker. Nice rebound.
Loving how this Bison team is coming on here today.
Playing as a team, playing with that energy, and that's going to be a foul call to steal draws.
Personal foul to get number 13, Sky Robinson. Her first
checking back in now. Anjanae Richardson, freshman from Virginia.
Crystal White.
Crystal White into the bench. 6-point advantage. The Bison have led by as many as 8. They got off to a blazing shooting start. Able to knock down a couple of threes already. Norfolk State going to a zone. Deep 3 by Walker. No problem.
She is the hot hand in this game. She's the person that needs to be looked at. When we look at the person that they need to stop on this team, I'm looking at Walker.
Walker already with 9 points, and that 9 points is the advantage right now for the Bison. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Trying to go 10-on-10. The Spartans cannot knock down the 3, but last second the Bison have to stay here.
I'm really impressed with how the Bison came out today. We just came on with the game face ready to play. I mean, we're going against the #1 team in terms of defense in the MEAC. They're coming out, they put on a good performance.
And they look more comfortable today than they have in different days. And, you know, we've had a chance to talk to Coach Ty Grace as they Walker on another rebound. And she has said all season long that once Destiny Howard went down, there's no excuses. We're going to come out here and we'll play Bison basketball regardless. But the truth is, Amani, is that it takes some time when your leading scorer goes down to find out how you're going to get it done.
Look at people, look at Walker. Look at people that step up like Walker has with that Carson in hand and doing what you do for a team. Like I said, you got the right players to step up. You're going to get one of the best teams in the MEAC. Rivalry game with Norfolk State.
Tyana Walker with her 4th three-pointer of the first half. The redshirt freshman has 12, and the Bison are up by 12. They're starting to play their best basketball at a key time, and that is a nice post move. Putting it in by Paris Mullins.
Like I said from the beginning, Chad, just getting Walker open, making him be able to create early shots, and getting her open on screen as well.
Goes down to Vanessa Blake, and Blake draws the foul. He's got Paris Mullins battling, but Vanessa Blake does draw the foul. Now Wheeler will come back in for Mullins. Vanessa Blake going to head back to the free throw line. She was one of her first two. Now Miller set to check in presumably for the shooter. 2 for 2 for Vanessa Blake is Miller coming in. Tyana Walker, 12 points already. Amani, I thought that it was going to have to be now Miller, the sensational sophomore, someone who can get it done from all over the court, as proficient on defense as she shows it right there as offense. But look at Wheeler. Johnny on the spot takes out away from her.
Well, look at her 9 millimeter strong candidate for defensive player of the year in the act. And then I look at Tyana Walker playing lights out on the side. You have 2 key players, one offensively, one defensively. I see a great game plan for the Vikings.
That was his last touch by Hemingway. He starts basketball, and check this out. Diamond Johnson checking back in with those 2 fouls. That's something to keep an eye on. Coach Ty Grace is a little freshman, so Hemingway a little teaching, little coaching opportunity into the young student athlete as she heads back over. Good defense played, and Kai Freak coming away with the rebound. Harris, Walker. Norfolk State paying a little closer attention now. Harris, 15 seconds on the shot clock. I think now defended well by the Spartans. Over to Walker, open 3. This place would have erupted had that gone, but Marissa Steele doing what Marissa Steele does, offensive rebound and putback.
I mean, she's been doing her thing around the glass. I mean, getting rebounds, attacking the lane, doing what a great player does.
Cannot argue with any of that. Marissa Steele coming out and getting it done. She was the first big off of the bench today, as Coach Ty Grace has a couple of other bigs with more size, but it's been Steele's ball game, and she's paying dividends. Hands up there on Harris with such a calming force on the Bison. All out the play. Plenty of time. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 5:17 remaining here in the first half. The first half dominated by the Bison in the lane, and that's going to be a foul call on the spot. Moves it on. Number 22 at number 3. So, Norfolk State draws a break. Although that is 2 now on Wheeler as well. 2 fouls to the critical player of the team. Come back with this. Some adjustments. Denisha Williams checks back in. The junior from Brooklyn, New York. It's St. John's last. Steele back out to Walker. 17 seconds on the shot line. Walker has that one knocked away, and here comes Spartans. Wheeler quickly out to Field. The Spartans get back. Someone has lost the shoe. It's Walker without a shoe. Tyana Walker gets it done from outside and gets it done without a sneaker. What can't she do?
What's he say, Chad? No shoe, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and get the layup for my team with a sharpshooter to do it all from all 3 levels.
34-20. Walker with 14 points, and I'm surprised that the officials have not stopped the ball here, but there's a 3-ball up and good. A huge shot knocked down by Debria Clark.
Trying to get her shoe back.
Coach Ty Grace is beside herself at the idea that the officials did not stop that ball, but no reason to complain. The Howard Bison up by a score of 34-23, 4 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Jordan Brand, proud to support Howard University. We create transformative change and inspire and fuel the next generation of Howard students and future alumni on and off the court. Official apparel provider of Howard University Athletics, that's Jordan Brand. Johnston, good times becomes great memories with Johnston, a proud partner of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Johnston, celebrating moments that matter. ESPNU, get the latest college sports news, NCAA scores, and rankings from ESPN, the official national broadcast partner of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Visit ESPNU.com for information on the ESPN family of members. ESPN, serving fans anytime, anywhere.
Educate tomorrow's leaders today. The HELD experience allows students to engage in self-exploration through sports, music, dance, and debate. A journey towards excellence in leadership for America and the global community. This is the Howard Experience.
34-23, 4 minutes 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Howard Bison still shooting 70% from the field, and much of that is Tyana Walker, who is unconscious right now. 17 points.
She's just playing her brand of basketball, shooting it from beyond the arc. And today, I see her breaking that career high 18 points.
Well, one more point to go, and Tyana Walker's family, if you're watching this, please re-record the whole game. 14-point advantage. I believe that is Walker's 5th three-pointer of the first half, and the other deuce that she scored, she did that with one shoe on a fast break.
You would think Spartans would pick up on it, but I don't know if they have an answer for it, Chad.
That's a travel on Diamond Johnson. So look at Ayanna Warren, not playing, but the hugest cheerleader for her squad.
Any team will love that for their squad, Chad.
Number one in the MEAC, right? 12-4 overall, 5 consecutive victories, defending conference champs, running into a buzzsaw that is led by Tyana Walker right now.
Like we talked about previously, I mean, this is the rematch of the MEAC championship game previously last year, so our news is going to be a high intense competition here today.
11 seconds on the shot clock is Harris got a little bit too far into the teeth of the Norfolk State defense, and the Spartans turn her over. Johnson gets the ball across half court as freshman Janiyah Bohannon set to check in for the first time. Nice up and under move. Good defense by the Bison though. Hands up. Coach Ty Grace is great as Tyana Walker is shooting. She said, hey, you got to grab that rebound there. Kanaya Harris will take a seat on the benches. This is where it gets critical. When Harris takes a blow, who is handling those point guard duties? Johnson for 3. She's been cold. Rebounded by Walker, who's doing a little bit of everything.
Now Miller with that contest. I mean, like I said, she's a strong candidate for defense. Second in steals and blocks. I wouldn't want her contesting my shot, Chad.
You and me both, brother. As Kaya Creek handling the ball, but she and Walker are not on the same page. That's going to be a turnover. Normally in these situations, we would see a lot more of Nyla Cooper here. Have not seen her on the court yet. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the half. The Spartans looking to cut into this deficit. I'm sure that you're an NSU fan. You'd just like to see this under 10 going into the half. And this now Miller on the rebound and the contest.
Yeah, Chad, like you said previously, like as a Spartans fan, you're not expecting the Spartans to come into this game being down 14. They lead the MEAC in defense with only having their opponents have 56.3 points per game, and this game's not looking like it's going to be like that one.
Not yet, it does not. Kaya Creek maintaining the pace of this game as it is being played right where the Bison wanted to. They're grinding it out on defense and knocking down shots on offense as Kaya Creek goes off the glass for 2.
The bank is open.
Kaya Creek now up to 6 points of her own. 39-23 is the score. 16-point advantage, the largest of the game. Spartans looking to answer. Rebounded by Bohannon as now the Bison are blocking out. They had 2 white jerseys on the ball. Coach Grace calling out the play. Kaya Creek communicating it. Again, not only scoring the bucket, but also handling some point guard duties as well. Bohannon back over to Creek. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now Miller. She's fouled on the floor. Starting to see some frustration from the Spartan student athletes here. Still in the first half, but they're being beaten handedly right now, Amani. Both in hustle, knocking down shots all across the board.
Right, and then defensively, now Miller doing her thing, contesting shots. Just doing what we know she can do on the defensive side. And the Bison already lead the MEAC in field goal percentage on defense with 35%. So I just knew this was going to be a good one.
Now Miller converts the first free throw attempt. That's one thing. If I told you that Howard was going to be up 17-18 and now Miller would only have 2 points and Tyana Warren would not be playing, you'd call me crazy. But here we are. 41-23, 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. That one's a loose ball, and Kaya Creek going to come away with it, able to prevent the double dribble. Walker. A couple of collisions there that were inadvertent, so no foul called. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the half. Bohannon going one-on-one, and Bohannon going to draw a foul.
This Bison squad just looks like a totally different team.
My goodness.
Right now. And the key front right now, let me talk about Tyana Walker. I mean, I feel like they found their key focus, their primary focus on the offensive side of the ball. Being able, like we talked about before, being able to knock it down from beyond the arc. Facilitating for others around her. Being that leader that this team needs.
Huge half by Tyana Walker. 17 points to go with 4 rebounds. Can't discredit that either.
Not to mention she's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, man. Bohannon goes over 2, but look at now Miller.
And one.
Now Miller with the amazing play. The officials talk about it, and they call it travel. They call it travel. They just wiped off a highlight play.
I'm not understanding where that's coming from. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know. Bird's not liking it either. I don't know where that's coming from.
The Bird fans booing, and rightfully so. Beyond the points, I just like the style of that play. She swooped in and stole the rebound and won. All right, 41-23, under 1 minute remaining here in the first half. The Howard Bison have led throughout, and now they've extended it. No travel called there, no problem as Kaya Creek defended. 2 Bison collide, and what's the whistle? Last touch by HU.
This game's definitely living up to the type that it is.
Baseline out of bounds. Spartans get it in. Just looking to go into the half feeling good about something, and they can't feel good about that as Anjanae Richardson, the freshman, swoops in for 2.
Wouldn't count the Spartans out quite yet. In the whole second half of basketball they were playing, like I said, the #1 in the MEAC right now. So never count them out.
32 seconds on the game clock, 17 seconds on the shot clock. Steele gives it over to Creek. High pick from Miller. Kaya Creek. Good defense by the Spartans as they can hold for the final shot. 17 seconds remaining in the half. Norfolk State trailing by 16. Can they get up some spirit? Here's Clark coming off with a high pick and roll. She falls down, gets it over to Fields. Fields looking for a shot off the glass. No, and Kaya Creek on the rebound. And that will bring us to the close of the first half as the Howard Bison lead Norfolk State by a score of 41-25. As we and the Howard University staff are all trying to call out Coach Todd Grace. We'll see if she takes a minute to come on over and speak with us. Yeah, looks like we'll get her after a victory, Amani. She'll head to the half. Give me your closing thoughts on the first half.
The Howard experience allows students to engage in self-exploration through
Spice
sports,
is coming on. I want to talk about before she plays.
and debate. A journey towards excellence.
Being that competitive team in the 60 role in the second half, really looking at a totally different game.
41-25. You heard it there from Amani Clark today. Howard University student and outstanding broadcast young man in his own regard. We're going to head into halftime right after this word from our sponsors. Bison Express is a long-time and proud supporter of Howard University Athletics. Bison Express provides supplemental funds to all the athletic teams, Showtime Marching Band, and a cheerleader. Additionally, the Howard University Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony is sponsored and facilitated by Bison Express. Please go to bisonexpress.org for more information on how to continue to AU athletics and obtain criteria for submitting names and teams for upcoming 2024 Hall of Fame induction. Find Bison Express at bisonexpress.org and other social media outlets. Stay connected with your favorite conference on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Search Beyond Sports and use the hashtag #BeActProd to share your game experience. Nissan is an official sponsor for Howard Athletics, as is Tuna Baby Essentials. They're a proud partner of the Howard University Department of Athletics and Athletes of your Hope program. Tuna offers cleverly designed car seats and sports, bringing to parenthood and all of your ambitions together. Local retailer or tunababy.com for more information. 41-25 at the half. The Bison lead the Spartans. Watch the halftime show. We'll be right back. People who come to cricket stay with cricket.
With my cricket plan, everything is consistent. It's always going to be the same price. No worries.
Cricket is easy, it's affordable, customer service is top-notch. That's why I've been with it for so long.
I got my phone from Cricket and it's amazing. As a journalist, I use it for basically everything.
Great phones, great deals. Now that's the story. Smile. You're on Cricket.
The power to connect is the power to change. Connect the dots and change the clock. Connect one day and change the world. Connect to one thought, change the universe. Scared of the storms, change that thunder. Don't share the dream, dream another. Connect, change. Face,
Light a band.
out, fight, night, light. Connect, change. Connecting changes everything. No one connects more than we do.
There is something greater than finishing the
True champions stand on principle. We fight for the right cause. We believe in the power of team. Whether it be that perceived or this.
And further, and importantly, only a few have what it really takes. We develop the talent, we unleash the potential.
It all boils down to this. Now is the time.
This
We are being. Here, we educate tomorrow's leaders today. The Howard Experience allows students to engage in self-exploration through sports, music, dance, and debate. A journey towards excellence in leadership for America and the global community. This is the Howard Experience.
When you're part of something bigger than yourself, it feels like all you ever do is win, win, win. And when that something is an HBCU, you know you can't help but win, win, win. So, as proud supporters of HBCU programs, we just can't lose.
people who come to cricket stay with cricket.
With my cricket plan, everything is consistent. It's always going to be the same price. No worries.
Cricket is easy, it's affordable, customer service is top-notch. That's why we're with the casino.
I got my phone from Cricket and it's amazing. As a journalist, I use it for basically everything.
Great moves, great deals. Now that's a story. Smile. You're on cricket.
The power to connect, the power to change. Connect the dots and change the whole plot. Connect one day and change the world. Connect to one thought, change. Scared of the storms, change that thunder. Don't share the dream, dream another. Connect and change. Face,
Light a band.
out, fight, night, light. Connect, change. Connecting changes everything. No one connects more than AD.
There is something greater than finishing the sport.
True champions stand on principle. We fight for the right cause. We believe in the power of team. Whether it be that perceived or this.
And further, and importantly, only a few have what it really takes. We develop the talent, we unleash the potential.
It all boils down to this. Now is the time.
This
We are being. Here, we educate tomorrow's leaders today. The Howard Experience allows students to engage in self-exploration through sports, music, dance, and debate. A journey towards excellence in leadership for America and the global community. This is the Howard Experience.
stay with cricket.
With my cricket plan, everything is consistent. It's always going to be the same price. No worries.
Cricket is easy, it's affordable, customer service is top notch. That's why we're looking for someone.
I got my phone from cricket and it's amazing. As a journalist, I use it for basically everything.
Great funds, great deals. Now that's the story. Smile, you're on cricket.
The power to connect, the power to change. Connect the dots and change the whole plot. Connect one day and change the world. Connect to one thought, change. Scared of the storms, change their color. Don't shed a dream, dream another. Connect and change. Now, fight the night, light. Connect and change. Connecting changes everything. No one connects more than we fight for the right cause. We believe in the power of team. Whether it be that seat or the seat.
And courage and enforcement, only a few have what it really takes. We develop the talent, we unleash the potential.
It all boils down to this. Now
It's the top. This, we are real.
Here, we educate tomorrow's leaders today. The Howard Experience allows students to engage in self-exploration through sports, music, dance, and debate. A journey towards excellence in leadership for America and the global community. This is the Howard Experience.
When you're part of something bigger than yourself, it feels like all you ever do is win, win, win. And when that something is an HBCU, you know you can't help but win, win, win. So, as proud supporters of HBCU programs, we just can't lose.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket.
With my cricket plan, everything is consistent. It's always going to be the same price. No worries.
cricket is easy, it's affordable, customer service is top notch. That's why we're looking for someone.
I got my phone from cricket and it's amazing. As a journalist, I use it for basically everything.
Great funds, great deals. Now that's the story. Smile, you're on cricket.
The power to connect, the power to change. Connect the dots and change the whole plot. Connect one day and change the world. Connect to one thought, change speed. Scared of the storms, change their color. Don't share the dream, dream another. Connect and change. Now, fight, night, light. Connect and change. Connecting changes everything. No one connects more than people. We fight for the right cause. We believe in the power of team. Whether it be that seat or the seat.
And courage and enforcement, only a few have what it really takes. We develop the talent, we unleash the potential.
It all boils down to this. Now
It's the top. This is And we're back at the Bird Gymnasium in what was an outstanding half for the Howard Bison as they lead the number one team in the MEAC by a score of 41-25. After two, Amani Clark Bay, I am Chad Ricardo. Amani, just a ton of things that could have impressed you in the first half. What did?
Tyana Walker.
That's right.
That's the person right there I want to talk about. She's shooting lights out from the beyond the arc. She's being that player that her team needs her to be. Pretty much doing everything she needs on all cylinders. One thing I see from this Norfolk State team that needs to improve, they're just not knocking on the three ball that I know they can. They're not being able to get their primary focus people involved, like Kiera Wheeler. They get her going, they get her flowing, as well as Diamond Johnson. It's going to be a great game for them.
16-point advantage. The Bison led by as many as 18 in that first half. Again, it's been energy on the defensive end, which is a calling card of the Howard team, but sharp shooting from beyond the arc and inside the arc as Vanessa Blake goes to work. Good defense by Kiera Wheeler.
They can switch this momentum here in the second half.
Coming back the other way, Fields leading the attack. We talked about Diamond Johnson to start the game, the transfer guard. Only with 5 points, Kiera Wheeler, truly the only Spartan who's gotten off. She has 8 of the Spartans' 25, and why not go to work with Wheeler out the gates?
That's what I'm looking for in the second half. A lot more focus on her, a lot more focus on getting her more opportunities to score the ball.
Look at the field goal percentages after one half. 67% for the Bison, just a blistering pace. Only 40% for the Spartans. Walker, the young lady you were talking about, had 17 in the first half. Can't connect there, but look at now Miller flying in, but so she stepped on the baseline. You got to figure that if you're Norfolk State, you want to come out and really cut into this deficit right away. If there's any quarter that has haunted the Bison, it's been the third throughout this year.
100%. For the Spartans, it starts right now to make this comeback.
Wheeler getting inside the free throw line, attempted to go off the glass. The bank is closed there, but the Spartans on the ground, they come out with more energy as Johnson and crew will give them a second chance opportunity. High pick and roll, Johnson for 3. Rebounded by Norfolk State, and a travel going to be the call, but a couple offensive rebounds, couple forced turnovers. Here comes the green wave.
The way I look at it, Chad, is how bad they really want this game.
That's right. 12-4 entering the matchup is Norfolk State. 4-12 for the Bison. Walker for 3. She starts off the second half 0 for 2. You got to expect after 17 in the first half that it's okay to come out with a little heat check.
Yeah, 100%.
Now with the same energy on the defensive end. 3-ball corner pocket. Doesn't drop. Taken away by now Miller.
You know, the Spartans just cannot get that 3 they dropped here today.
7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the third. A game that has been led by the Bison throughout. Ellen tipped and last touch by Walker. Kanaya Harris running that point guard as Ayanna Warren has been out throughout. Not playing today, but being an outstanding cheerleader. Dropping baseline and sent the other way. Big time block.
Get that out of here.
And there's going to be a steal. The Bison defense leading to offense. Walker left-handed lay-in. This time with both shoes.
1 shoe, 2 shoes, no shoes. I don't think it matters for her.
19 points on the game for Walker. Second leading scorer for the Bison is Kaya Creek, who had that block. And it's a 16-point advantage with just over 7 minutes remaining here in the third. Down low to Wheeler as Wheeler has been going to work, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Starts early, Chad. Getting her involved early, getting her going in the third quarter, because in that fourth quarter, they're going to need her down that stretch.
Checking into the game for the Spartans is Denasia Williams. And just a note for those of you that are watching at home, of course here in the Washington, D.C. region, we have had massive amounts of snow. For this region, it's been massive amount of snow that has fallen this week, both on Monday, which we were here for, as well as on yesterday. Nearly 10 plus inches of snow in different parts of the region. I say all of that to say that when the game started, I felt as though it was noticeably warm in the arena, Amani, and you tell me how you feel. But now, an adjustment has been made, and to be honest with you, I'm a little cold.
Nah, yeah, I came in here earlier. It was a little humid in here, I'm not gonna lie. But now, like you said, it's a lot more cold in here.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. If I was playing and I've never been a quarter as good as these young ladies, I would have preferred the warmth than to come out after halftime and to be cold in here.
Me personally, I like the cold.
Do you?
I love the cold.
All right.
I love it.
All right.
Get you going, a little bit of adrenaline,
Really?
get going.
Okay.
You'll be okay, you'll be all right. You'll be okay.
Hey, listen, I hope that the young ladies in white agree with you, but starting the half, they've been cold on the offensive end as this is the third turnover of the third quarter. As the Spartans look to implement their press, and they turned over the Bison there. Coming back the other way, Howard has switched to a 1-2-2 zone and now matching up man-to-man. Fields back over. It's a nice rotation. They leave an open shooter. The freshman can't knock it down. Rebounded by Now Miller. She's up to 7 boards on the day. Not scoring as proficiently as typical, but getting it done in other ways.
I'll take that back, Chad. I'm getting a little cold.
I'm telling you, bro. Now Miller, turnaround jump shot. Here come the Spartans. Coach Vickers tells his young ladies to push. He's looking for more pace, try to get more open shots against this Bison defense. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 6 minutes. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. A game dominated by the Bison. Can they do so from start to finish? Fields kicks it out to the corner. 3 ball. Amani, you've talked about it. They're just not knocking that down. Harris up ahead to Miller. Miller back out to Walker as they'll reset the offense. 19 seconds on the shot clock. 5:35 in the quarter. Kaya Creek, who has been money, attacks Wheeler. Wheeler moving those puppies well. Kaya Creek for 3.
If I'm the Spartans right now, I'm just trying to drive to the hoop and draw fouls just to get the easy points. Because, I mean, the 3 ball is not being knocked down. You know, I would take the easy points.
Third quarter has been tough on both teams as neither squad is shooting well from the field. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson with a nice move and finishes with the teardrop.
There she is. I'm expecting to see a lot more of her in the second half because she's one of the key people in this game that could get this game changed around.
All right, if you're a Norfolk State fan, that 16-point halftime advantage is now down to 12, just chipping away at it. That will be a foul called on Wheeler, though. That's going to be her 3rd. That could be big, and that's going to bring us to our timeout on the floor. 43-31, your Howard University Bison lead the Norfolk State Spartans. And now for time for a word from our sponsors. Join the MEAC's exclusive membership, MEAC Nation, that encourages fans, alumni, representatives of current and former institutions to party with a purpose. Visit MEACsports.com for more information. Stay social with the real HU. Search HU Bison Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for day-to-day updates on everything Bison. Hey MEAC family, the 2024 MEAC basketball tournament tickets are on sale now. Join us March 13th through 16th at the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Don't wait, purchase you and your family's tickets today at MEACHoops.com or visit your institution's ticket office for details. Slow start to the third quarter for both teams as the Bison at least were on fire in that first half. It's going to take the defense by the young ladies in white to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, I mean, but the Bison have to continue to be strong on the defensive side. I'm looking at Now Miller as one of the key focuses of that defensive stopping. Just being able to block shots, being able to get the little steals, just improve this lead, just increase this lead because I'm telling you, the Spartans are coming.
That's right. And Howard shot nearly 70% in that first half. You can't expect for that to continue on in any game. So at some point, it's going to take the defense as that's going to draw another foul for Norfolk State. And if you're Howard, the shot's not falling, look to get to the free throw line. Walker, the leading scorer in this game with 19, and going down low to Vanessa Blake, who has looked good today. Blake now up to 7 points and a 45-31 lead, 4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Here in the third, Fields had turned the corner but dribbled it off her foot.
Everybody on the Bison squad is playing their brand of basketball, playing the role, doing what they have to do. I mean, it's working.
Coach Vickers going to pull Wheeler out of this game, as Wheeler has been the most consistent of the Spartans. Norfolk State going to that press again. Bison beat it easily this time. Miller looking to get it down low to Blake. Blake feels like she has an advantage, and there's going to be a foul called on Mullins. It's going to be Mullins' fourth, I believe. It is. Wow. So Coach Vickers, who's trying to protect Wheeler, going to have to pull Mullins. And Sky Robinson comes back in. Mullins despondent. (45-31), baseline out of bounds. Bison looking to extend that 14-point advantage. Creek gets it to Harris. Harris back to Walker. Walker high pick and roll. Dancing, but nice defense by the Spartans. Beautiful pass, and Johnson and one.
Count the buck.
Diamond Johnson created the turnover. Beautiful pass by Fields, and Johnson on the finish.
We talked about a little earlier, they're just knocking at that door with this comeback.
Staying close, you know, and if you can get to the fourth quarter and it's a ball game and you can play as well as Norfolk State has played all season long, you got to feel as though you've got the 4-12 team right where you want them.
Absolutely.
Johnson completes the three-point play. The lead is down to 11. 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining.
Pick that press up.
That's that intensity. It is turning up, and nearly another Bison turnover. Spartans' hands are getting more active. Those feet are starting to move, Amani.
You know, I just want to see how this Bison team can, keep up with this press, try to break this press, because like we said, man, they're coming, they're down 11. This is the time to make this comeback.
Your Howard team, in that first half, you had Walker shooting lights out. Where will they go for buckets now as there's another turnover? Here comes Johnson. Back into her hands. Harris calling out the defense. There's the high pick and roll. Vanessa Blake steps over, looking to double Johnson. A costly pass by the Spartans. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Taken away. Creek. Hard to the bucket, and Kaya Creek does out. She'll go to the line for two. And that'll go against Crystal White. That'll be the team's fifth foul on Norfolk State. A couple of substitutions, just as it looked like Johnson was getting cooking, she's going to be pulled out of this game. Gibbs checks back in for the Bison. Kaya Creek already with 8 points. She'll have a chance for 2 more. Makes good on the first. Creek looking to become the second student athlete into double digits. As the first, Tyana Walker is set to check back in as well. Two crucial free throws by Creek, and now with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and a host of big plays. She will have a seat on the bench. We don't always give the credit to free throws, but in a moment where Norfolk State is attempting to seize the momentum, those 2 free throws could be key.
100%. Every point matters in the game.
Norfolk State moving the ball around, high pick and roll into the corner, 3-ball freshman. Rebounded by Miller. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Every second that ticks off of this clock brings us closer to a huge Howard Bison victory. Now Miller operating. Now she's getting it done on both ends. Now Miller up to 4 points to go with her 8 rebounds. (49-34). Swinging it around the perimeter. Attacking hard to the rack, and that is a charge drawn by who else? Now Miller. That's right.
That was beautiful basketball here, Chad. Defensively, drawing charges, knocking down shots, being able to break the press. I mean, they're doing everything that the Bison need to do. Just playing spectacular basketball right now. I'm impressed. I love it.
Playing that team ball again that Coach Ty Grace told us at the beginning of the season that this team knows how to play and that they would have to play to be successful. They put it all together thus far this afternoon. 15-point advantage. 1:50 remaining in the third. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Amira Allen, new into the game, gives, pump fake, drives hard. And they're going to call an arm bar, so let's go ahead and put 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Here come their players.
Here we go.
Here they come.
Quick rest for Coach Vickers is Johnson and Wheeler check back in, and Norfolk State in the penalty, so Gibbs will have a free throw. Gibbs converts on the first. Leah Gibbs, a 6-foot freshman from Charleston, South Carolina. Attended Killen High School. So much potential. Solid wing player. Now Miller swoops in again. This time they call a foul on him. It's 2 fouls on now Miller. The third team foul for the Bison is Johnson looking to milk every second out of the clock. Rocks the baby up the court.
like we talked about this from the beginning. Defensive Player of the Year, one of the front runners for that. Miak, Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, she's doing what she has to do. I mean, she's second in steals and rebounds. I mean, right there. I mean, might as well just call that a Odell one-handed. I mean, steal block. I mean, what can we call that, Chad?
Now Miller makes the most outstanding defensive plays look routine, game in and game out. Some Spartans defense as they felt as though the ball should be going to the green and gold. Coach Larry Vickers is beside himself, but the officials say the ball stays here. Six seconds on the shot clock. Gibbs going to have to shoot it. Gibbs passes it away, and that's going to be taken away. And
I don't know if I agree with that one.
Tell me what you saw, Monty.
I saw Diamond Johnson trying to get the ball back. I don't know, what do they call this? I didn't know if I've seen that.
Well, in any regard, they say that the ball will stay here with Norfolk State.
Okay. They got it right.
Coach Vickers, who is a mild-mannered, successful coach, I felt like he might have lost it there had they not made that call. 50-34. His team has been outplayed today, but they're beginning to show a little more spunk, a little more spirit. They'd love to close this quarter in the right way.
All it takes is that 3 ball to get going for them, and I just see this game turn into something different. Let's see if this one goes. There it is.
Now you asked for it, Amani, and the freshman Anjanae Richardson delivers. 50-37, 13-point advantage. Here's the press. Harris gets beyond it. Dangerous pass. Gibbs has got it. Gibbs to Johnson. Here comes Norfolk State. 34 seconds left in the quarter. Hard to the rack. No foul, but Wheeler swoops in.
Just like that, we're at 11. Just like that.
11-point game. Harris gets the ball to Walker. Shot clock is off. Amira Allen gets it back to Harris. 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Now an 11-point advantage, and the Norfolk State team is starting to chant defense. They get it down to Walker. Walker through the contact. That's a huge one.
Just showing up when she needs to.
And Johnson for three. Off the mark. What a huge bucket by Walker. She now has 21 points on the game, and the Bison will enter the fourth quarter with a 52-39 lead in this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, Pepsi is an official proud sponsor of Howard University. And Nuna Baby Essentials is a proud partner of the Howard University Department of Athletes and Athletes for Hope program. Nuna offers cleverly designed car seats and strollers for the journey through parenthood and all your adventures together. Visit your local retailer or nunababy.com for more information. Stay connected with your favorite conference on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Search MEAC Sports and use the hashtag MEACPride to share your game experience. MEAC Indoor Track and Field Championship. Hey MEAC fans, the 2024 MEAC Indoor Track Championship will take place February the 18th through the 20th at the Virginia Beach Sports Center. Head to MEACsports.com for more information. Monty Clark Bay, I am Chad Ricardo. 52-39 is our score. The Bison thus far, every time the Spartans punch, Howard has been able to punch back.
They just have an answer for what everything the Spartans are bringing to them right now. Well, like I talked about before that third quarter had to end, that three ball that's just not being able to fall for the Spartans. This fourth quarter, it's going to have to fall. It's going to have to be able to make it into the net. Because without that three ball, I just don't see this game being in the Spartans' best interest.
Coach Larry Vickers calling out the plays, hoping that they make the difference as the Spartans in green and gold into the fourth quarter, trailing presently by 13. Norfolk State comes off with a high pick and roll, swinging around to Richardson. She's been able to knock down a couple of shots. The fab freshman gets in there, and great defense played by the Bison. Jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Howard. Bison beat it this time. As Harris now calls out the plays. We are 9 minutes and 25 seconds of game time away from what many would call a huge upset, which you have pointed out, Amani, is just a rivalry game.
Yeah, like I said, I like to compare it to, because, I mean, I know it's basketball here, but we talk about Steelers, Ravens. It doesn't matter what the record is. It's going to be a high-intense game just like this one.
You better believe it. This one knocked around down low. Coach Vickers is asking for calls both on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Coach Todd Grace teaching. We do want to point out that coming out on February the 4th, I believe, is the matchup. It's on Saturday. Whereas Amira Allen into the game with the steal, leading the break, 3-on-2. Walker tries to get it down to Kyer Creek. And one, she's going to get the foul on Wheeler, and Wheeler knows that that's going to be her fourth. What a play made by Mira Allen. Shout out to her Uncle Kenny, a man that I work with very often with the DCSAA, as her defensive effort leads there to 2 free throw attempts and potentially even more importantly, the 4th foul on Wheeler. Creek continues her solid day. She's now got 11. What I love right now is all of the Howard University student athletes who are excited for Amira Allen. She does not get a ton of moments, so she's fully taking advantage of the ones that she's getting today.
You gotta love that, right? You know, when your number's called, it's your opportunity. It's time to go get it. You know, everybody looks for that one time for the number to be called. And, you know, some people sometimes don't always get that number to get called, and, you know, finally get that opportunity to showcase your skills on a high level.
And in arguably the biggest game of the season thus far as well. Bison now with a 15-point advantage, looking to hold on. Down low to Wheeler. Wheeler goes up, swooping in for the rebound, and one. And look at that flex. As Denasia Williams from Brooklyn, New York gets the and one. She's got two. She'll have a chance for the third. I just hear you blowing your hand there. I told you it was cold in here. I told you it was cold in here. The Burr Gymnasium, quite literally right now. Williams does not convert. Spartans pressing even after the miss. Coach Vickers and squad sense of urgency right now. Walker, 21 points, 17 of those in the first half. She hit 5 threes in that first half. Here comes Norfolk State, shooting just 37% from the field. And Amani, you've talked about this when shooting that poorly, and that's due to that Howard defense, as this one will be out of bounds on Howard. But when you're shooting that poorly without being able to knock down the threes, it's hard to make a comeback.
Especially when you're just continuing to your coach is telling you keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. I feel like eventually you gotta start finding other ways to score.
Here we go. 13-point advantage, exactly 8 minutes remaining in this game. A game that the Bison have led throughout. They are up early 8-0, and they have not looked back. That's going to be a three. Corner pocket. No, sir. Rebounded by Vanessa Blake.
It's just not falling here today. It's not falling.
It's a good creation by Johnson. Got the wide open shot for the freshman Anjanae Richardson, who has knocked down a couple of them, but could not do that.
I see somebody was trying with Harris. You see on the story?
Harris draws the foul. That's going to be on Williams. Coach Vickers right beside us, hands in the air. Again, a mild-mannered coach, at least to the media. He's been frustrated at times.
So why do you go so early?
Miller. She knows that Wheeler has 4. Miller chooses not to attack, and why attack when she can knock it down from mid?
Said no hand up. I'm gonna take the open lane. I'm gonna take the open line jumper right there.
As the great Mark Jackson would say, hand down, man down.
Up to here.
Richardson coming off of the high pick and roll, and that she has so much talent, but a great defensive play by Harris. I'll tell you what, if Vickers was ever going to get a technical foul, it would be momentarily here. 15-point advantage for the Bison.
Is that in the class or is that something else? Well, we understand how.
Down the creek, beautiful offense. Miller again. Oh, that one touches every bit of the rim and drops.
Everything's falling right now for this Bison team. It's everything. They look great.
Now Miller sends the Howard Bison into the timeout. Again, 58 that one touches. One is your score. 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in what has arguably been the game of the year for your homestand at Howard Bison. Ladies and gentlemen, AT&T Dream in Black is committed to supporting HBCUs. That's why AT&T is a proud sponsor of Howard Athletics. Visit attdreaminblack.com to learn more about how AT&T celebrates the culture and the creators who shape it. Jordan Brand is proud to support Howard University. We create transformative change and inspire and fuel the next generation of Howard students and future alumni, both on and off the court. Official apparel provider of Howard University Athletics, that's Jordan Brand. Pepsi is an official proud sponsor of Howard University. And hey, MEAC fans, the 2024 MEAC Indoor Track Championship will take place February 18th through the 20th at the Virginia Beach Sports Center. Head to MEACsports.com for more information. And lastly, MEAC family, the 2024 MEAC basketball tournament tickets are on sale now. Join us March 13th through the 16th at the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Don't wait. Purchase you and your family's tickets today at MEACHoops.com or visit the institution's ticket office for details. Amani, 17-point advantage, 6:31 remaining in this game. The Bison are on the verge of what could be a season turnaround win.
I would just say this might be one of the best wins of the year for them. Altogether, collectively, a great team win. Walker just shooting it from lights out from in the first half and doing her thing and being the leader out here. And excited to see what they can do with the rest of the season and potentially make a change and go for a run in this MEAC tournament.
Could go for a run. They've, as you alluded to, just played well in really every phase of the game, all game long. Freshman Bohannon handling, trying to finesse a play, but there's Wheeler with 4 fouls, still making smart, heady plays. She comes away with the steal. Johnson down low, and there's Williams going to draw another foul, and she'll head to the line for 2.
I'm a Bison fan right now, and seeing how Norfolk State's coming into this game 2-0 in the MEAC. This is a great win for our Bison squad.
17-point advantage. Field's going to check back in for Richardson. First attempt, connected by Williams. Again, Bison fans and Spartan fans, keep it right here for our next matchup as the men's teams will do battle. Tip off for that game scheduled for 4 p.m.
It's another good one right there, Chad.
This should be a great one. The Birds should be rocking. Bohannon for 3. Bohannon knocks it down. Coach Todd Grace, loving it. 18-point advantage, and Norfolk State comes right back to get it back down to 15. We love Coach Vickers and staff coaching as hard right now as they were as the game started. Do they have a run in them? Bohannon, one-on-one. She is super skilled. Cannot wait to see the student athlete she grows into. Walker!
Just shooting it from beyond the arc, how we know she can, just effortlessly.
One-on-one. She is super skilled. 24 points wait for Tyana Walker to go into rebounds. Just getting it done in every phase and facet of this ball game. You spoke to it earlier. We believe that's a new career high for her. Wheeler dumps it down. Nice ball movement by the Spartans, but can't complete that. And Miller almost came up with the rebound. And that's going to bring us to our final media timeout, but we will keep it right here. 64-46, just a huge ball game here today by Tyana Walker. What have you seen from her that you enjoy?
Everything I'm saying is just her being confident with the ball, her not being scared to take shots, not being scared to miss shots as well. She's just shooting it how we know she can shoot it. She's a sharpshooter out here, being able to do what she does. Now she has a career high of 24 points. And like I talked about, we want to talk about the Bison making a run later in this season, making a run in the MEAC tournament. She's going to be the primary focus for this team. You know, you talk about, players being out and injuries hurting this team, hindering this team, key leadership. She's going to be that person to pretty much bring this team together to keep this going.
So much talent on this roster. I think that when we look at the men's team, again, they'll be playing next as that tip-off should be at or around 4 o'clock. We know that that men's team has a ton of depth, but today we're really starting to see that depth from the Bison because, again, Tyana Warren not even playing today.
100%, with Tyana Warren being out of this game, Tyana Walker coming into this game and showing us as a redshirt freshman, no matter what classification is for her, she's going to play her brand of basketball. She's going to do what she has to do for her team. And I'm impressed and I'm loving what she's doing. We're going to see what she can continue to do as the season progresses.
Cayenne Creek also in double digits. Mount Miller getting it done both on offense and defense. And a young lady who can never receive enough credit is, of course, Kanaya Harris, who comes in, runs that point guard, does it with due diligence, doesn't always make every flashy play, but makes every single smart play, game in and game out.
Just high-level IQ, and that's just something you love to have on your basketball team. Someone who's not always looking to score, not always looking to be that star, but just playing their brand, playing their role, doing what they have to do for their team to win.
And Coach Vickers, he's not going to like that. It's coming out of a timeout. There's a shot clock violation on the Spartans. 18-point advantage for the Bison. This ties the game high lead, a game that the young ladies in white have led throughout.
So,
that's going to be a foul call.
How
on
hungry
Norfolk
are
State.
you?
They look a little stunned in here. I'm not gonna lie. The Spartans, they look stunned. I don't think they expected the Bison to come out with the hot start like they did here today.
Again, Norfolk State entered this game 5-game win streak, 12-4 overall, number 1 in the MEAC. Bison not having the year that you would have imagined that they were going to have when the season started. 4-12, of course. We would be remiss if we did not bring up the fact that a lot of that has to do with Destiny Howell going down and Bohannon, the fabulous freshman, showing out everything in her game.
Giving her best impersonation of Kobe Bean Bryant right there.
Man, 6-foot freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. So much talent in her game as she continues to develop. It's going to be scary. Wheeler on the rebound and one. Wheeler, who has still dealt with foul trouble all game, still having just a massive game. 16 points to go for 3 rebounds.
I really wish they could have got her more involved in the second half. You know, not paying a lot more attention to those threes and just getting her more involved and playing her brand of basketball. I mean, she's one of the key focuses of this offense. So just getting her in the paint, letting her go to work.
She's been effective all game long. Miller comes up with her 11th rebound. Turnover goes over to Norfolk State. Pick and roll. Not much urgency. Norfolk State, as Coach Vickers is clearly coaching right now for the rest of the season, not necessarily just launching shots, trying to make a comeback here today. And that's going to be a timeout by the Howard Bison as now Miller was trapped in the corner, but 3:15 remaining here as we begin to look forward to our next game. A lot of the men's Bison now as they celebrate the ring ceremony for last year's championships on last Sunday. As this team had won 3 games in a row, the Bison men, despite all the injuries, are playing well.
100%. I mean, this game that's coming up pretty soon, I know the Spartans are coming into this game not happy because they couldn't get that championship win done last year, losing 65-64 by 1 point.
That's right.
Be going against Kansas in that March Madness game, so I know they're coming into this game with a chip on their shoulder.
There we go. We'll have that one for you coming up next. Still some basketball to be played here today. Kaya Creek 3-ball, got it! But oh no, Kaya Creek goes down. You gotta hope that that's a cramp.
Looks like a cramp.
She came down and immediately grabbed her calf. She's played a lot of minutes here today, and to go with her 15 points and 3 rebounds, and the way that the trainers are responding, it does appear to just be a cramp, and again, dealing with that calf area, not down with the Achilles. Right. Looking at the calf.
Bringing out that massage gun to massage it out real good.
Huge game by Kaya Creek. And if she doesn't see the court again today, that's a nice way to finish it.
100%, but she will be seeing the court as we continue on with the season.
That's right. Largest lead of the afternoon, 21 points, 69-48. I said in the first half that the Bison would not be able to shoot as well as they did at nearly 70% all game long. I was kind of right. They're down to 65%, but what a shooting performance by HU.
100%. I mean, they're shooting 56 from the 3 this game. Wow. I mean, this game, they're showing that, yeah, they're 4-12, but I wouldn't look any further because they're still ready to compete. They're still looking to take over that MEAC championship and pretty much make a March Madness run.
We missed another bucket by Wheeler. She's up to 16 points now. High score for the Spartans. Johnson, after a slow start, is up to 13 as well. Now Miller inside. That one would have gotten her a double-double. Doesn't make good on the bunny. And here come the Spartans.
I feel this game for the Bison just shows them that they can compete with anybody in the MEAC. Specifically beating Norfolk State here today. Just doing what they have to do. So, you know, moving forward in MEAC play, I expect them to come out with the same amount of energy, the same amount of hunger. Like I said before, they showed tonight that they can play against any team in the MEAC.
That's right.
They compete at a high level.
Absolutely. Richardson checks back in. Somewhat interesting when you look out there on the court. There's 2 minutes remaining in this game, a 19-point advantage, but both teams still have a majority of if not their starters, their key players on the court.
You know, I think they're starting to get these players conditioned, getting them ready for what's to come. I mean, we're getting closer to what we love, that time of year, that March Madness time of year, that year where, you know, that second half of that season really matters. So I feel like we're here, we're just looking at how these coaches can get these players ready for that basketball.
Oh, that one airmail. Harris and Walker have a conversation about it. Again, might not matter in terms of the outcome of this game, but it will matter. Can't have those careless turnovers. Richardson for 3. No. Wheeler down low, and Coach Ty Grace is angry that the offensive rebound was allowed, and probably even more angry that they fouled Wheeler there, sending her back to the free throw line. And at that point, Marissa Steele hops up, as does Hemingway. Coach Grace going to have a conversation with Mal Miller and Blake.
24% from the three.
Yeah.
This is not what we're used to.
It's a huge game for Wheeler. She's now up to 19. Without her, no telling what this score would be. And it's a better job by the Bison beating the press. There we go. It's a foul by Richardson. So now Harris will head back to the free throw. Scott Robinson checks back in. Richardson will head back to the bench.
We got another game after this. I'm excited. It's a doubleheader here today.
Doubleheader at the Bird. 'Tis that time of the year, young Jedi.
Excited.
14-point game, 17 seconds on the shot clock. That's one of the things that the Coach Ty Grace has done today. Is there's another turnover by Walker. Is despite the lead, they have not just run the shot clock down, and I think that that's because the offense has played so well. She wants to keep that flow going as opposed to just holding on to the lead.
100%. I mean, they need to keep it going. They need to keep it consistent. I mean, they're 4-12 on the year. I mean, like I said before, like it's important to get these players in the habit of playing this type of basketball. I mean, they're playing against, like we talked about before, the best team in the MEAC right now, and they're playing their brand of basketball. They're playing the basketball that we know they can play. You got to keep it going if they want to make a run in the second half of the season.
69 to 55, 14-point advantage. Hemingway as the Bison beat the press back into the hands of Walker, and Harris will dribble it out and reset. Hemingway off the glass for 2 is again keeping the foot on the pedal. Coach Grace wants for her team to lead this game feeling good about it, as great as possible, and not just the final score, but the way they play.
100%. No breaks, all gas.
That's right. Hey, that's what the kids say, right? Down low, and that's going to be a foul on Bohannon.
That's what she was playing.
Sky Robinson back to the free throw line. Chance for the end one.
And so I told her, I said,
Coach Grace calls the freshman Shania Bohannon over. teaching moment, teaching opportunity. Big game with the lead, but hey, here's what we got to do moving forward. Robinson, the lefty, doesn't convert. Walker goes up and gets it. 26 points, 5 rebounds for her. Career night. There's Bohannon to steal. Beautiful pass. Outstanding execution.
Just beautiful, fundamental basketball. Ball movement.
I said, you have one kid. I said, just think if we.
Yes, we are at 24 seconds remaining in the game as Norfolk State can shoot this one or almost home for the last shot. Johnson, a 3-ball. Got it. Diamond Johnson. It'll say that she scored 16 points today, but I'm sure that in the next matchup she'll want to come out and play better.
I'm expecting Spartans to come out in the next game. Very serious.
I didn't get into all that. I did just so I was like,
get back in the groove of things. How we know they can.
Many places that we do go, we have taken
6 seconds remaining as the Verb begins to chant na-na-na-na to the top-seeded Spartans, who came in here 12-4, but they're going to leave 12-5 as your Howard Bison have knocked off Norfolk State in a big-time way. 13-point advantage. It got up as high as 21 here in the fourth quarter. Again, Amani, I know that there is a ton to love about this ball game. What are your takeaways?
Takeaways from this game, let's get into it right now. Tyana Walker, the key focus I feel like this Howard team needs to pay attention to. She's somebody the ball needs to be in her hands if they want to make a run in the second half. Now Miller, if she can continue to be that strong push on the defensive side, creating steals, blocking shots, doing what we know she can do. It's going to be a great season, the great second half of this season for the Howard Bison, and I'm excited how they can continue this push and potentially make this run into March Madness.
And again, you look at today out there, and this is a game in which there was no Ayanna Warren. Not only no Ayanna Warren, of course, we knew that there would not be any Destiny Howell. There also was no Nyla Cooper, but this team still found a way to not only get it done, but to knock off the #1 team in the MEAC convincingly. Howard Bison basketball, it's up at the Burr. We've got a men's matchup with the same Spartans team coming up in just moments. Keep it locked right here. On behalf of Amani Clark-Bate, I'm Chad Ricardo.
First,